to 4.1%. It means repayments on the average $750,000 mortgage will come down by at least $100 a month. In its statement, the Reserve Bank has signalled it may be some time before another cut is on the table, arguing underlying inflation is still high.
The government is continuing to raise concerns about an Australian man captured by Russia after new video emerged appearing to show him alive. Zach De Silva reports.
In what appears to be a proof-of-life video posted online, Australian man Oscar Jenkins is asked about his well-being.
Tell us about your health condition, about your mood.
The 32-year-old was captured by Russia while fighting for Ukraine last year. In the unverified clip, Mr. Jenkins is wearing army fatigues and a fleece beanie. He says he feels weak and wants more freedom.
I've lost a lot of weight. I have a broken arm still, I think.
The government says the video seems to confirm the Melbourne man is still alive and is urging Russia to treat him humanely.
The mood in FIVEAA remains downbeat, despite assurances from Sanjeev Gupta he will pay creditors what they're owed. The steelworks owner says the plant will return to profitability by the middle of the year. But FIVEAA Mayor Phil Stone says few in the town believe it.
If I listen to the people, they are saying too little, too late, despite the assurances that by middle of the year, believe they'll be back up and running. A lot of the creditors I've spoken to in the last 24 hours, they don't believe they're going to see any of their money.
A plane crash-landed and overturned at a major Canadian airport, and all 80 people on board survived. 18 people were injured when the Delta Airlines plane crashed on a runway at Toronto Pearson International Airport. While European leaders have held emergency talks in Paris linked to US attempts to end the war in Ukraine, Britain's Prime Minister Keir Starmer says he's considering sending British troops to Ukraine as part of an eventual peace deal with support from the US.
I'm prepared to consider committing British forces on the ground alongside others if there is a lasting peace agreement. But there must be a US backstop, because a US security guarantee is the only way to effectively deter Russia from attacking Ukraine again.
A 41-year-old woman must have a huge hangover, charged with drink driving after she was found asleep behind the wheel of a car in Strathalbyn with the engine running. She returned a positive breath test of .434, 9 times the legal limit, and one of the highest ever readings in South Australia. Now, FIVEAA Sport. South Australia is off to a horrible start to the Shield match against Tasmania at Adelaide Oval. South Australia won the toss and decided to bat first, but fell in a heap quickly, all out for 93. In reply, Tasmania no better, also struggling, 3 down for 13. Mixed results for the Aussie men at the Qatar Open. Chris O'Connell is through to the round of 16 after a straight sets win, but Alexei Poprin lost in straight sets. And the dates for the Australian PGA Championship have been locked in. The tournament will be held at Royal Queensland from November the 27th. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
Afternoon, watch out for a crash at the moment in Port Adelaide. It's on Commercial Road near Cleve Street. And in Old Noarlunga, some pieces of metal have fallen off the back of a truck. That's on Main South Road. Watch out for that as well. Look out for ongoing works today around the tunnels near Mount Barker Road, affecting outbound. And cameras about the place today, Days Road in Ferryden Park and Ocean Boulevard in Seacliff Park. A Porto's new loaded garlic wrapper is packed full of deliciousness, with juicy chicken tenders, garlic sauce, chips and more, all wrapped up in a toasted pita. Grab yours today at a Porto. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
The latest forecast now. Sunny again tomorrow, a top of 26 after getting down to 13 tonight. Thursday, sunny up to 29, and even warmer on Friday, sunny, a top of 36. Currently 27. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, the Reserve Bank cuts rates for the first time in almost 5 years, what it means for mortgage holders and which banks have already passed it on. Plus, a man armed with an axe goes on a northern suburbs crime spree. And the accused drink driver busted in the Adelaide Hills was her blood alcohol reading an all-time record. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
An affordable boutique home with striking features? That's distinctive.
A home that's a step ahead of the rest? That's distinctive.
A reputation for quality, style and value for money that's been built over 40 years. That's distinctive.
Be distinctive with Distinctive Homes affordable boutique homes. Search distinctivehomes.com.au. Display homes at Riverlea, Seaford, Lightsview, Playford Alive, Mirrorvale in Anglevale, and our newest display homes at Hurdle Grove just off Raynell Road, Old Ranella.
Now is the time to upgrade and save. Let our family look after your family with Wayville Hyundai's 2024 plate clearance sale. With over 80 cars priced to go, you'll get immediate delivery and exclusive discounts across the entire Hyundai range. So get into your new car quicker and don't miss Wayville Hyundai's unbeatable 2024 plate clearance sale. But hurry while stocks last. Change the way you Hyundai at Wayville Hyundai, opposite the showground.
As an Officeworks for Business customer, save 5% on over 1,000 business essentials, now including tech and furniture. Sign up to Officeworks for Business today. Exclusions apply.
Setting the agenda for South Australia. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
Good afternoon to you and happy Tuesday. Welcome to the third and final hour of the afternoon's program. I'm Stacey Lee with you here on 5AA. And on a Tuesday, you know we like to get arty.
5AA's State of the Arts.
And joining me in the studio today is Brett Shee, the Festival Director for the Adelaide Festival, which is about to start, next week?
Friday week.
Brett? Yeah. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
You feel, you look and sound more relaxed than I expected a week out, or just over a week out from the festival starting.
I'm kind of pumped, but I've been so lucky. I've directed festivals in different cities and here before. In the past. So, I don't get as nervous as I used to, and I feel that, I've got the rhythm of it and hopefully know how to plan a good festival now, so I feel okay. Yeah.
Good. That's good to hear. And you mentioned that you've been here before because you were previously the festival director in 06 and 08.
Yes.
When it was held every 2 years.
Yeah.
And so what are the differences you've noticed between Adelaide Festival this time around and back then, and the city? And
Yeah. Oh, man. This place is jumping. My partner's a chef, and he was with me in the first iteration, and then he came back, with me this time. He's moving between our home in New South Wales and here. But he's a chef, and the food culture has just exploded.
Yeah.
The cafe and restaurant scene is phenomenal. And I love the scale of the city. I've always loved the scale of the city. But, I do have nervousness about growth for growth's sake. And if Adelaide can keep this scale, it will remain really remarkable. And for the festival itself, look, back in 06, the other capital cities were building their festival cultures quite strongly, kind of, chomping at our heels because they were jealous of what Adelaide had. And they all has kind of initiated international arts festivals in those cities, and they really were challenging us, but I feel now they're retreating a little bit. And I think we've really retained the kind of international badge as kind of Australia's international festival. And they've all gone a little bit more local, a bit more interior and inward looking perhaps. For better or worse, that's not for me to judge, but I certainly love that this is now unquestionably the #1 international festival in Australia.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
We don't like it when the other states try to compete try and steal our talent or our events.
No. Yeah, and look, I had to be competitive because before I was in Adelaide, I directed Sydney Festival, so I was like, oh God, I wish we could be like Adelaide. Then I went from here to direct Melbourne Festival, and I was like, everyone, we've got to turn ourselves into what Adelaide is.
How did that go down?
Not too well, look, this city welcomed me so wonderfully when I first came here, and I've never forgotten that, and I remain so ambitious for this town and this festival nationally, so I'll keep doing whatever I can to kind of advocate for it. It's great.
Yeah, that's really good to hear. And I think, it's coming up to festival time. We had the Fringe sneak peek last weekend, and it all kicks off this weekend, and of course Adelaide Festival next week coming up, and it's that time of year where Adelaide comes alive
Yeah.
and everyone wants to get involved in some way.
Yes.
And you had been asking for people to get involved in one particular performance this year in Adelaide Festival, Mass Movement. This was
Yes.
for dancers.
Ah.
How are they going?
So damned well. Look, this is a piece choreographed by Australian Ballet and a choreographer, Melbourne-based choreographer, Stephanie Lake. And she had this idea for, you're too young, but back in the 60s and 70s, we called kind of half-hour things that happened a happening. And so it's like this half-hour happening on our opening weekend at 5 p.m. on the Saturday afternoon, 7 p.m. on the Saturday afternoon. That'll be the 1st of March. And we have put together 1,000 dancers all across South Australia, in the city of Adelaide, in other regional towns and regionally. And they've all been learning their bit. We had the Australian Ballet tape the choreography, so they've all been learning and copying that, and they all come together, all 1,000 dancers, for this half-hour moment at dusk on the Saturday night, and I just can't wait to see it. And I shouldn't give any spoilers, but it begins with this lone figure in the middle of Elder Park, and then slowly it kind of builds and builds and builds, and it's going to be an absolute knockout. So yeah, my hat off to these volunteers. There are some professional dancers in the mix, but most of them are volunteers.
Are we talking pirouettes? Are we talking jumps? Are we
I can't reveal that. We do have one 80-year-old dancer.
Yes.
And she's magnificent, but we have to keep the jumps to a little bit of a minimum.
Yes.
Given that.
Yeah.
So yeah, all ages, all kind of demographics, a great mix of people, and yeah, something to really look forward to. And a great way to kick off the festival with a big outdoor happening.
Yeah. So is that a ticketed
No,
event?
free to the public.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, if you can get to Elder Park, maybe by about 20 to 7 on that Saturday night, and then it will start happening at 7 o'clock, and the speakers will be there, like you'll hear it wherever you are around Elder Park. And
beautiful.
Yeah, watch it come
Bring
together.
a picnic? Bring a picnic rug? Is it sit
Yeah.
out on the grass?
Gosh,
Is it that sort of vibe?
Yeah, and look, at 7 o'clock being dusk, it shouldn't be too hot.
No.
But I am conscious of that in Adelaide, because we can get those really hot days.
Yes, we absolutely can. Or if you wanted to get there a little bit earlier, you could visit the Festival Plaza beforehand for the courtyard, because that's
Absolutely.
always a highlight of festivals.
Yeah, look, the history of the festival club, if we call it that, has been very mixed over the years. Back in '96, one of the first festivals I came to as an audience member was a thing called Red Square, which was phenomenal. And then I did a thing called the Persian Garden for 06 and 08, which, I love doing. And outdoors, a kind of pop-up venue. It was really big. And since then, we had the Palais down on the Torrens. We had Lot 14 last year. It's been all over the place. And that's because, we artistic directors, we can be a bit arrogant. And we can kind of come into town and say, I don't like the festival club over there. I want it over here. So we all do that. And it's been a kind of mix and match for decades. So the board wonderfully have come along with saying it is on Festival Plaza between the Festival Centre and North Terrace for at least 3 to 5 years.
Good.
Every artistic director after me, that's where you do the club, and it will grow and grow and grow. And this is our first iteration for this March. And yeah, free to the public. 67 musicians all up over the festival period. Opens at 5 o'clock every day, or Wednesday to Sundays, sorry. And it is from 5 p.m. until late. And yeah, free to the public, and please come along.
It's a great thing to get to if it's just, if you're meeting some friends or meeting your partner after work, you just feel like going and having a drink. There's live bands, there's entertainment, there's laughing, there's dancing, there's singing. It's just a nice, it's like an upmarket bar with really great entertainment, but in a really great venue.
Yes, spot on.
Yeah. Iconic Adelaide venue. You can look out on the Torrens. You can look at the Festival Theatre. It's great.
Yeah, and that's kind of our geographic location, because we use all of the venues in the festival centre. Her Majesty's is kind of down the road a bit. AC Arts is down Hindley Street, down that end. Her Majesty's and so on. So yeah, all of those venues are in that precinct essentially.
Yeah. The other big event that's in that precinct at the Festival Centre, of course, is usually the jewel in the crown for Adelaide Festival, and international opera's not for everyone.
No.
I've been to one opera production before, and I think it went over my head. So personally, I'm not sure it's for me. But the opera you've got this year is Innocence.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Yeah. Look, I too am no huge fan of what I call the heritage or historic operas, and the reason is, I mean, my wheelhouse is theatre. I started with a decade at Sydney Theatre Company. I did a decade at Melbourne Theatre Company before coming here. So that's what I love, story. And though the heritage operas, you know, are wonderful, beautiful music, and they can be reinterpreted with a modern production, they just don't connect with me. I mean, they say nothing to me in my time and place on planet Earth in the 21st century. So I've been a huge fan of contemporary opera for a long time. And what I think a lot of people don't realise is opera is a living, breathing, modern art form all over the world. We've just neglected it to a huge extent in Australia, unfortunately. So this work was written in the 21st century. It's about the people on stage are people you will recognise. The issues that are being dealt with are issues that we're facing right now, even in this decade of the 21st century. And I love the familiarity of that. But, you know, for me, a short show is a good show. And, you know, I don't love sitting through 2.5 hours of opera. This is 90 minutes long, straight through, no interval.
Oh, no break.
Yeah.
No halftime break. That's nice.
And it's, I don't know if I think this is half swearing. I don't know if I can swear. It's a kick-ass production.
You can say that. I'll
Thank
allow
you.
it.
It's as much a brilliant theatre, kind of a cinematic theatre production as it is an opera production.
Yeah, right.
So if you think opera's not for you, just imagine every time you've watched a movie and there's been this musical score underneath it, which is orchestral, and that's 90% of the movies you see.
Mm-hmm.
The music is carrying your emotion along. Come along to this. You will understand the story. It's a very familiar story to us now in our time, and with this beautiful music underneath it, and come along for this amazing presentation of a very serious issue which is being dealt with.
Okay, you've maybe sold it to me on that.
Okay, well, look,
The
best
idea-
a Scandi-noir thriller is the best way I can describe it, because it is set in Finland today.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good. The idea of not having like you say, the 2.5 hours and the interval, 90 minutes. I can do it. It's half a footy game.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah. And look, the credential of this work is incredible.
Yeah.
It's already been, this production itself has already been at the Royal Opera Covent Garden, and straight after us, we pack it up 2 days after we have our final performance here and put it on the ocean to go to New York, where it's going to have its New York premiere at the Metropolitan Opera, which is the top opera house in the world.
Oh, wow.
So it's a great, great work that
so
the world's hungry for.
See it now before it goes to New
Yeah.
York. Oh, what a great pitch. I like it. You have sold it to me,
Okay.
so I'm over the line. And very quickly before I let you go, Brett, we spoke about, you mentioned Festival Centre and Her Majesty's and the courtyard being on the Festival Plaza, and of course the city is where a lot of Adelaide Festival events occur, but
Yes.
you do have some suburban events as well. Can we expect any whales popping up anywhere this year?
No whales this year. I can't speak for future years, but no, this year it will be very Adelaide-centric. Look, the reason for that for me is, critical mass. I mean, I love a festival to feel very contained. You can walk from every venue to every other venue. You can have your whole evening, as you say, you begin, at the courtyard with a drink, go see a show, come back and eat something, and so on. I love that, and I've always loved curating festivals around a specific festival precinct. And look, this is the reason why Adelaide is still, in my view, one of the three great arts festivals of the world, along with Edinburgh and Avignon. They're perfect festival cities. The scale is right. You can go from venue to venue, and they just jump because of that. So I'm not that enamoured myself of taking work out very far from Adelaide.
Yeah. Oh, good to hear. Thank you so much for coming in and
Thank you for having me.
telling us all about it.
My pleasure.
Thank you. That's Brett Shee, the Artistic Director of Adelaide Festival. As I say, it's on from the 28th of Feb to the 16th of March. 65 events, 11 world premieres, and an international opera that doesn't go for over 2 hours. There you go. You've sold it to me. That's a big selling point for me, Brett. There you go. 20 minutes past 3 here on 5AA. Up next, while we're talking about opera, have you ever thought of being in an opera? If you're anything like me and the sounds that come from the shower at home, I would never think about myself doing it. But there is a call out from the State Opera South Australia. I'll have to find out how much skill you need.
Hey Rick, it's Chris from Automasters. Just thought I'd give you a quick rundown on some of the things on the car.
Now you can see what we see.
Just want to show you two little things on the CX-5.
AutoCam.
So this is the air filter out of your car.
Real-time video sent direct to you from your Automasters technician.
It's not actually the wheel bearing. What it is, the handbrake's integrated into the calipers.
See any issue firsthand. How good? Real-time reporting with instant SMS approval. Call 1300 Automasters. Great service guaranteed.
Starting this Thursday, you'll be able to adopt kittens while you shop at RSPCA SA's Kidman Park Op Shop. Imagine dropping off your generous donations, all while meeting the most adorable kittens who are eager to find their forever homes. Why not make your day positively perfect by visiting them at 322 Grange Road, Kidman Park? Come for the shopping, stay for the cuddles, and maybe even leave with a new furry friend. That's RSPCA SA's Kidman Park Op Shop, starting this Thursday at 322 Grange Road.
Hey, wouldn't you love a reward just for shopping? Become a Star Discount Chemist Superstar Rewards member to earn points, receive birthday vouchers and more. Star Discount Chemist. How can we help? Earn and redeem points on eligible purchases. Visit website for full terms and conditions.
Looking to give back to your community? Here's your opportunity. CMAX Clinical Research is trialling a new potential treatment for epilepsy and is looking for healthy volunteers aged 18 to 55 to help. Sound like you? If eligible to take part, you'll experience an 18-night stay at CMAX in Adelaide CBD, attend one follow-up visit and get paid for your time. Ready to make a real difference? Join our clinical trial today by applying at cmax.com.au. That's cmax.com.au.
With a Westpac home loan package, you'll save over $5,000 on interest in the first year alone that you can spend on whatever you like. I could finally get a parrot. Or maybe not. Either way, you can start saving today with a Westpac home loan package. Eligibility, credit criteria, T's and C's, fees, charges and $395 annual package fee apply. Based on a 400k Rocket Repay variable rate home loan standard package discount. Visit westpac.com.au/packages. Reach out to us today and let the savings begin.
It's fun downtown, Suzuki so zippy, get the best deal, Suzuki in the city.
Suzuki in the City's demo clearance is on now. Over 50 demos priced to clear. This is our biggest demo clearance ever, with the biggest range to choose from and the biggest savings in Adelaide. Only from Suzuki in the City, Adelaide's biggest Suzuki dealership, and only while stock lasts. There's never been a better time to hurry in and
get your wheels from Suzuki in the City.
Get out of the way, mate! Oh my God! What is this guy doing right at my arm?
Keep your cool in traffic with ice cold aircon from Automasters. Fix now, pay later options available. Call 1300 Automasters.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
Have you ever thought about being in an opera performance? Maybe you haven't. But here is your opportunity because the State Opera for South Australia is holding an open audition. They're looking for locals to be in their upcoming season of a contemporary opera called Flight. So to tell us all about it, Dane Lamb joins you now. He's from the State Opera of South Australia. Hello, Dane.
Hi, Stacey. Great to hear from you.
Oh, thank you for your time. Before we get into what type of person you're looking for, tell us about Flight. What is this performance about?
Flight is a fantastic opera. Of the operas written in the past almost 100 years, this is by far the most popular opera. And I think that's for a number of reasons. It's a story that many of us are familiar with, even if we're not familiar with the particular story, which is the same story that Tom Hanks' The Terminal is based on, about this stateless refugee gets stuck in an airport terminal and all the people he meets. And we've all been to airports, we've all been stuck in airport terminals, and it's a motley crew of people. There are a few couples who are looking to rekindle their romance, there are a couple of amorous flight attendants, there are a diplomatic couple, there's even a pregnant wife who gives birth on stage. So there's really something for everyone. There's shenanigans, there's laughs in this bustling airport terminal.
Oh my goodness. As a 20-week pregnant woman, that gives me a little bit of fear. I'm not going to lie. I won't be booking any flights anytime soon.
Don't get stuck in an airport. Don't get stuck in an airport.
Okay, now let's talk about the type of people you're looking for, because when I saw the sort of headline, State Opera casting call, 10 roles up for grabs, I thought, I'm not sure I've quite got the voice. Do you need to be a singer?
You don't need to sing. You don't even need to speak. You'll be part of the airport staff or one of the passengers, just part of the general hustle and bustle of this airport where flights are taking off and landing. And of course, when there's a big storm, nothing happens at all. But it's adding to this atmosphere of the airport. And so we're looking for people with some kind of acting experience. It doesn't even need to be professional acting experience. It can be in community theatre. But we just want people who are reflective of the diversity of the community in which we live. So people from all walks of life, all kinds of backgrounds, all heights, everything, just to be on stage and be part of this fantastic new opera flight, sung in English as part of State Opera's season.
Oh, it's such a cool idea. I'm sure you have lots of people on sort of lists or callback lists or people who have auditioned before who you could have gone to. Why open this up for an audition?
I think as the State Opera Company, we have a responsibility to really be not just giving performances for our community, but also to invite people who may never have been to the theatre before, maybe you've never been to an opera before, not just into the theatre, but actually on stage with us. And there's nothing like feeling the power of the unamplified human voice. These casts we have are just supreme singers and actors, and what people often aren't aware of is that these people are singing without any microphones, any amplification. They're throwing their voice over an 80-piece orchestra into an auditorium. So to have people who are ordinarily our audiences or from the greater South Australian community on stage, it means a lot to us, and it really goes to part of what we're all about at State Opera.
Oh, that's great. It's a really nice way of putting it. So, are the roles paid or is it voluntary?
It is paid. It is definitely a paid opportunity. And we just want to find the people who are perfect for the roles, and it could be anybody. Anybody who's ever been to an airport, or even if you think you might like to go to an airport, you are perfect to audition for this role.
I like that. Maybe you'll have to go to an airport. Book a holiday so you can do some research for this role.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to think about it.
It's a good excuse. And what's the commitment for the people who do want to put their hands up? I'm guessing there'll be rehearsals and then the performances, of course. It's a pretty short season, 8th to the 10th of May.
Yeah, that's right. Just 3 shows, and there are rehearsals in the lead-up to those shows, but the rehearsal schedule will be made available to people as they progress through the application process. But for now, people can just head to our website, stateopera.com.au. All the details about the audition process are there. We'll make a shortlist, and then they'll be invited for online auditions with our fabulous director, Stephen Barlow, who's a great Aussie director, made his name overseas, and he's coming back to make his professional debut with us in Adelaide. So we're really thrilled about that.
Oh, great. Now, is it rude to ask what the pay is?
It's not rude at all. However, I have to say I don't know. We do pay award rates. That's what I do know.
There we go. Good to know. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I assumed as much, but I thought, you never know. Maybe it's maybe it would be very lucrative. Maybe I should consider myself if rehearsals are after work hours. No, I'm kidding. I don't have any acting experience.
Well, it is as lucrative as the award rates are. But, great to have people there.
No, well, it sounds like it'll be a great time. And as Dane said, if it's something you're interested in, head to the State Opera South Australia website and you can find the details there. Deadlines to apply is the 24th of Feb, did you say?
That's right.
All right. Dane, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks a lot, Stacey. All the best.
You too. Good luck with your search.
Thank you.
That's Dane Lamb, Artistic Director of the State Opera South Australia.
This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
David Bruce with the latest news headlines. The Reserve Bank has cut the official cash rate by 0.25%, the first time rates have come down in almost 5 years. Many Australian teenagers have no interest in politics and don't understand how government works. Kylie Minogue is in town for her only Adelaide concert tonight. And in sport, the wickets have been falling quickly in the Shield match at Adelaide Oval. South Australia all out for 93. And a short time ago, Tasmania 3 for 20. The latest forecast, sunny today and again tomorrow, a top of 26. Currently 26. We'll have more news at 4 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
It pays to cruise with RAA. Book and pay a deposit on a new ocean or river cruise with RAA Travel by Feb 28, 2025 for the chance to win a $5,000 cruise holiday voucher. Can you imagine that? Booking a cruise and winning a cruise. It's better to be a member with RAA Travel. Promoter is RAA. T's and C's exclusions, booking and eligibility criteria apply. Available at travel.raa.com.au.
This is it, Australia. 2025 marks 35 years of Clean Up Australia, and we're going big. We're calling on everyone to make this the biggest Clean Up Australia Day ever. From beaches to bushland, parks to playgrounds, streets to sidewalks. And we need you. Let's roll up our sleeves, throw on some gloves, and make a huge difference. Be a part of something bigger. Register now at cleanup.org.au.
Why buy an Island Star caravan? Well, they're designed by Knowles Caravans. There's thousands on the road and 75% of Knowles customers are repeat buyers. They know when they're onto a good thing. Go with the people you can trust with 5 decades of service to Australia's caravanning community. Knowles Caravans, 561 Salisbury Highway, Greenfields, opposite Mawson Lakes.
Trusted for quality, driven for adventure.
Knowles Caravans, Knowles Caravans, Knowles Caravans, Knowles Caravans.
There's some big players in the solar energy market, but it's important to remember that bigger isn't always better. At BJ Energy, we're big enough to supply trusted brands like SolarEdge and small enough to take the time to listen. We don't bulk sell solar packages. We'll work with you to find out what you need and what you can expect to save. We can even move you away from gas and electrify your entire home. Visit bjenergy.com.au for a free, no pressure, no obligation quote.
SA's biggest cover-up has just been uncovered. Who's at the centre of it? Walco, of course. Summer is here, and so is the time to get your new Walco pool blanket. Made from quality materials right here in SA, a Walco pool blanket will keep your pool clean and warm all summer long. Plus, stop evaporation. Uncover the savings now with a Walco pool blanket. Visit walco.com.au today.
You can always expect the professional treatment with paint professionals.
I would definitely recommend paint professionals to others, and in fact we already have recommended them to other families and friends who need to hurry up and get a house on the market.
Nothing was too much trouble. Cleaned up really well after them. You know, if we had any small changes that needed, they were always there as a sounding board. Did a really good job throughout the entire process, made it easy, which was fantastic.
Make it a great experience with paint professionals. Visit paintprofessionals.com.au.
Live, local. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
Good afternoon to you. 26 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. I hope you've had a great day so far. Maybe you are feeling a bit sheepish today. Maybe you forgot to take the bins out or take the chicken out to defrost for dinner tonight. Well, now is your opportunity to own up to it. Now is your opportunity to win a prize as a result, because it's Turkey Tuesday, of course.
Time to call in and nominate your Turkey of the Week for Stacey Lee's Turkey Tuesday.
That's right. Maybe it's a self-nomination. Maybe someone else in your life has done something silly and you'd like to call them out for it. Maybe it's a random person that you've never met before and you don't even know their name, but you witnessed them doing something stupid and you think, yep, I need to call them out for that. 8223 0000 is the number to be able to do that. And I have a case of Turkey Flat Vineyards Rosé to give away to the best caller this afternoon. It's the rosé in a can, which you know how much I love it. It's my favourite rosé, so I don't need to sell it to you. My turkey today is the poor person who was booking the movie previews for a new movie coming out called Spit. It's got David Wenham in it, and there was a special preview of it happening at Marion Cinema last night. And I was all geared up to go down, had booked it in with hubby. We were going out for date night, and we went. I rushed home from work so we could get there. When we're going to see a movie, I like to have a nice dinner beforehand. So we went to Marion, we sat down, we had some dinner. We got to the cinema and there was a lineup of people waiting to get in. Others had bought their popcorn and, their drinks. Some had their choc tops ready to go. And we were all lining up. And when we got to the front of the line, there was a poor young girl there. And she said, "I'm sorry, we've overbooked the cinema. So we'll have to send you home." And to their credit, Event Cinemas did give us all a ticket for a free movie ticket in the future, one free admission for a movie. So you can't complain too much, but I just thought I felt terrible for all the people that got sent away who, had trekked, rushed home from work, had planned to make a night of it. For us, it was fine. We just went home. We did actually try and see another movie straight after, but movie cinemas have got rid of the signs. When you used to walk into a movie cinema and there would be a sign with the name of the movie and the times that they're on that day. They're gone now. So it was really annoying to try and work out what movie was on that night. We thought we might go and see something else that night, and you have to go up to a touch screen, and we helped an older couple who were behind us who didn't know how to use the touch screen properly. That part was very confusing, but all's well that ends well. We were fine after it, but I just felt bad for the poor turkey who overbooked the movie cinema. That's my turkey this week. I need to hear yours now. 8223 0000 is the number to call. James is in Norwood. Hi, James.
Yeah, hi, Stacey. It's a bit of an elongated story, so I hope you can put up with it.
Go for it.
I sold my car a couple of weeks ago. I've been looking online for a number of weeks for a car. Finally found one in Melbourne. Flew over on Sunday. Cost me $170. That's what they cost these days, airfares. Stayed with relatives overnight, pick up the car, drive it home yesterday, and, this is a car I've wanted for all my life. And so then I have to go down to the register office down at Regency Park. I register it, I get its ID checked, and I'm driving it home so I can go and get a registration. I made Magpie Corner. 4 buses in the left lane as they turn onto Miggle Road. We were stationary at the lights. We take off. I'm doing about 30 k's. The third bus in the line just pulls out right in front of me.
Oh.
And so I've had this car. It's not even fully registered. It's cost me a lot of money. And this bus has nearly taken me out. And the only way I could avoid it was if I slammed on the brakes, I would have hit the bus. So I'm on the other side of McGill Road, passing this bus, and then there was no indication, no nothing. It just pulled out, and I could see this vision of my dream car just going up in smoke.
Oh, no. Everyone was okay, James, in the end?
Everyone was fine, and I got very lucky that right at that second, if there were cars coming the other way, I would have had to brake, and then I would have run into the bus, but because there was no car on the other lane, I was able to manoeuvre the car, get past, and when I looked back in the rearview mirror, the bus had stopped in the other lane anyway.
Oh, my goodness.
Completely, anyway, besides scaring the living suitcase out of me, it was a dream almost blown up before it even started.
Oh, that is absolute turkey behaviour, James. Oh, I'm so glad everyone's okay, though. Please tell me you had insurance. Had you organised your insurance before?
I had. It was
thank God.
all done.
Oh, but still, that's not what you want when you've gone interstate to pick up your dream car. It could have been so much.
8-hour drive home. Perfect drive, all good.
Oh, okay. All's well that ends well, but yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Turkey bus
Thanks,
driver,
Stacey.
that's for sure. Thank you for the call. That's James in Norwood. Let's go to Craigmore. Hi, Bronwyn.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
My turkey's my husband.
Oh, no. What's he done?
So Sunday was our 45th wedding anniversary.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Thank you. It's been a long way. So I walk the dog for an hour each morning, and I come home, and then he goes for his little half-hour walk, and he comes in the front door looking all sheepish and says, "I've lost my wedding ring."
Oh.
I said, "Okay, where to?" He said, "Well, I backtracked and I don't know where it is." So he was a good man. He changed the bed while I was out walking the dog, so we came back in, stripped all the bed down, thought, nah, not there. So I'd had the washing on while he was out, and he said, "I'm pretty sure it's in the washing machine. I can hear something clinking around." Fine. Washing finished. Looked at the bottom of the washing machine. It was 50-cent piece. Okay, so that's not it. And then I sort of searched around a bit more, and there's the wedding ring. So that was fine. So then we decided to take the dog for a walk around Fremont Park. And I said, "Well, if you just park on the Target side, I'll walk through and go to Woolies. If you can pick me up at Woolies, I'll get something for tea, special for Sunday night." He said, "Yep, that's fine." So I did all that, and I'm walking around Woolies car park for 45 minutes looking for him and the dog in the car. And I couldn't find him. Do you know how many little blue cars there are on a Sunday morning at Woolies? And he had my phone. I said, "I left my phone with you." He left his phone at home. I had no phone. Luckily, I had to ask a lovely lady, and I said, "Look, can you ring my phone? My husband's in the car. I don't know where he is." I gave her my number, and she was lovely. She actually rang my husband. He said, "Oh, hello, where are you?" I said, "I'm in the Woolies car park." He said, "Oh, okay, well, I'm in the Coles car park." So that was our wedding anniversary day.
Happy anniversary, Bronwyn. What a day.
I reckon. And I said, "Well, you've had two this morning. What's your third one?" He said, "Oh, no. He said, "I'm not saying anything." He said, "I'm not leaving home. We're starting."
Yeah, good. Spent the day following him, picking up after him.
Yeah. Luckily, nothing else happened. We had a really nice tea, and that was Sunday, so it was awesome.
Good. Well, you know, still some turkey behaviour there, but I'm glad it was a good anniversary in the end.
No problem. Thank you.
And congratulations on 45 years. That is super impressive.
I reckon. Not like yesterday.
Well done.
Thank you.
There's Bronwyn in Craigmore and her turkey husband of 45 years. Oh, that's a tough one today. They were both good. I think in order to celebrate the 45th wedding anniversary, Bronwyn, the turkey flat carton of rosé is coming your way. Congratulations to you. It's the rosé, my favourite rosé. It's in eco-friendly cans, so you can drink it and celebrate together and keep wedding rings on at the time. And, of course, drink responsibly. Congratulations to you, Bronwyn. And also congratulations to Dorothy, who rang earlier. Dorothy rang in with a suggested cyclone name, and she suggested Cyclone Karen. Dorothy, I'm giving you the double pass to see Sold Out sensation 10,000 Hours, which is back this year. Don't miss these elite acrobats explore the limits of physical skill. It's on at the Peacock at Gluttony this Friday night, actually. So I hope you have fun, Dorothy. You enjoy that. And I have to give the Wallace Cinemas family pass to George in O'Sullivan Beach. He also had a cyclone suggestion, Cyclone Luna Grace, named after his granddaughter, who's a cyclone everywhere she goes. 3-year-old granddaughter. There you go, George. You can take her to the movies, maybe when she's a little bit older. 3 years old's probably too young for the movies, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. There you go. Wallace Cinemas family pass coming your way, George. Catch a movie this week. Mitcham, Mount Barker, the Piccadilly, Noarlunga. All sessions are at wallace.com.au. A worthy turkey nomination on the text line before we finish up. This person says it has to be all the drunk blokes going to the loo behind the bushes at Live Golf on Saturday. Yeah, I often wonder why there are men's toilets at events like that. They must be pristine. They barely get used. Very good, very funny. It's 4:45 here on 5AA. We'll find out what's on the Drive show, the sports show with Rowie and Timmy G up next. And I've got a bit of breaking news for you. That's coming up.
Adelaide is in fringe mode and you'll see the hottest shows at Gluttony. Thanks to 9 News and 5AA, you can win tickets and hospitality for you and 3 friends. Watch 9 News nightly at 6 for the daily featured show. Then listen to Breakfast with us, David and Will, 6 to 9 weekdays on 5AA. Gluttony in Rymel Park, home of the biggest shows this fringe. Tickets from gluttony.net.au.
Proudly supported by 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Aussie kids are Weet-Bix kids. We're talking Weet-Bix with warm milk. Weet-Bix with sliced banana and drizzled with honey. Or Weet-Bix with yogurt and strawberries. Yum! Doesn't matter how you do them, as long as you are. Are you a Weet-Bix kid?
Finding the best schools and teachers in my area, discovering new extracurriculars, plus back-to-school advice. Education updates. That's news to me. Visit The Advertiser today.
Do you ever wish you could give more to cancer research? Well, today is Cancer Council SA's annual Cancer Research Giving Day. It started at 7 a.m. this morning, it goes until 7 p.m. tonight, and it means every donation will be doubled, all thanks to the generous matched giving donors. Cancer Council SA funds the best and brightest cancer researchers through their research program, but they can't do their work without donations from thoughtful people like you. We know this. Cancer research saves lives, and by donating today, you'll help fund life-saving cancer research right here in SA, supporting South Australians impacted by cancer. And today is the day to do it if you've ever thought of doing it, because double the donation means double the impact. So double down on cancer research by donating today. Head to cancersa.org.au to register and see how your generosity can help. T's and C's apply.
You possibly won't find Australia's largest range of rollers, spare parts and accessories for sliding doors and windows at your local hardware store. I mean, I guess you could try, but nah. Instead of wasting time, how about you save time? Visit rollerco.com.au, because spare parts for sliding doors and windows is what we do. Our warehouse is full of them. rollerco.com.au. We'll get you rolling.
Go Vita, your local health food shops. Over 30 years health and wellness experience and over 300 natural health practitioners specialising in you.
Hi, I'm Emma from Go Vita Colonnades in Marion. Introducing Natural Road Whey Protein Concentrate. Premium quality, unflavoured and unsweetened. Perfect for smoothies or baking. 1 kilo was $49.95. It's now $39.95.
Go Vita, Colonnades, Fairview Green, Marion, Mount Barker, Manopara, Semaphore and Tanunda.
Suzuki in the City's demo clearance is on now. This is our biggest demo clearance ever, with the biggest savings in Adelaide. Only from Suzuki in the City, Adelaide's biggest Suzuki dealership, and only while stock lasts.
Get your wheels from Suzuki in the City.
An overly ambitious effort at six-a-side soccer left you feeling knackered? You need a sports drink that stacks up, even when you can't stand up.
Let's go get a Maximus!
Maximus is for rapid hydration during or after at least an hour of exercise.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
11 minutes to 4 here on 5AA, and we have a bit of breaking news from South Australia Police today. You might remember that earlier this month, well, I'll just play it for you. It's pretty distinctive. I think you will remember. This video was filmed at an Adelaide private school. It's a mother who had gone into a classroom. She said her daughter was being bullied and she was confronting those that she alleges were bullying her child.
You want to go, bitch! You want to go! You ever talk to my daughter again? I'm your daughter, bitch! Are you my daughter? Yeah! You ever to my daughter again? I'll see you in I'll be waiting for you! That's small, you over there! Hey, you're a
So that was at St Paul's College on February 3, and since that video was released, it sparked a lot of outrage, a lot of people criticising the mum for her behaviour, a lot of people defending the mum for her behaviour, which I still don't quite understand. But anyway, a lot of people were defending her actions, including Kyle and Jackie O. Since it was released, South Australia Police had said they were investigating. Well, today we have an update from St Paul, and they say that a woman has been reported after an incident at the northeastern suburbs school earlier this month. It'll be alleged that around 3 p.m. on Monday the 3rd of February, the woman entered a classroom and verbally threatened a teenage girl. Thankfully, the student involved was not physically injured, but following investigations and after speaking with all parties, police have reported a 31-year-old Paravista woman for assault, and she'll be summoned to appear in the Adelaide Magistrates Court at a later date. So there's the update for you. We knew after that video was released that police were investigating. It seems like their investigations, well, maybe they haven't concluded, but they have come up with a reporting of this woman. She will face court for 1 count of assault. We don't have a court date yet, but I'm sure when it's in court, you'll know about it and we'll bring you an update. Now, you might remember that after the video was released, the mother who was filmed threatening to slit a 12-year-old child's throat spoke to 7 News after that to somewhat defend her actions. Here is some of that interview of her speaking with Hannah Ford from 7 News.
I don't want my daughter to be another statistic. I don't want to have to bury my child. She was crying, she was devastated that this child had told her to go and hang herself. I did everything in my power as a parent, and so did my husband, to make sure that our daughter was safe. I have stated time and time again to the school, we are begging, we begged for help. We begged. What everybody has seen of me is not who I am as a mother or as a person.
So there you go. I'm sure this is something that you'll continue to be hearing about over the next day or so and the coming months before she appears in court as well. So there'll be updates on that one, no doubt. All right, 8 to 4 here on 5AA after the 4 o'clock news. Rowie and Timmy G are on with the sports show. Timmy G's in the studio. Hello.
Oh, hello, Stacey. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Excellent. Is today Tuesday?
Yes.
Do you normally have the turkey flat? You do.
I do.
Excellent. Yeah.
I do.
Well, I got one.
Oh no. Do you have a nomination?
I got a nomination.
Oh, go on.
The teen sensation Sam Constas. Now, he made that audacious appearance for Australia and, played all sorts of strange shots. Well, I think what's happened is the young man perhaps has got carried away with that fame from that Boxing Day test. And unfortunately, he just hasn't been able to control those urges since. So he's just batting in 4-day cricket. So 4-day cricket is Shield cricket. It's New South Wales v Victoria, and it's it's like Test cricket. You create your innings and all the like. Well, his first shot was a leading edge for 2. Now that's okay. That can be a missed shot. Second shot is a scoop, deliberate scoop over slips for 4. So that's more your T20 style shot. Mm-hmm. His third shot, he slapped through mid-wicket for 4, so he's obviously being very aggressive. Mm-hmm. Fourth one, he tried to scoop again. Mm-hmm. He missed. And then the fifth one, he flicked down to the leg. And then the sixth one, he actually played a proper cricket shot in forward defence. Seventh ball, he stood right outside of his stumps, exposing all 3, and tried to scoop Scott Boland, who bowls very accurately, and bowled him.
Oh.
He's out. Out. See you later. 7 balls, 10 runs. That's not how you open the batting, and it's not how he's going to become a Test cricketer by doing that. And I think what's happened is the whole country got behind him and we're excited about him, and I just don't think he's been able to temper it and go, well, there's horses for courses, there's places where you've got to release that stuff in moments, and most of the time as an opener, let's just craft an innings. And he hasn't been able to do that because he's in this world and trying to slap and, scoop everything over the top. So he, unfortunately, is a turkey flat.
He's a turkey of the week.
Mm.
Oh no,
So,
that's
yes,
so disappointing
it
because
is.
you know what, I like to see that personality in sport.
Correct.
We like to have fun, but you have to be able to back it up with the skill.
Correct, and
you,
the runs.
and the skill and the rank has to come
Yeah.
first, I think, and then you can have your fun. But to constantly do the, what are they called, the scoop shot?
Yeah, all that.
It,
ramping and
yeah, it
you
just
name
feels it feels silly.
It did, and he just needs to mature quickly because he's only 19, so we're going to give him time.
Yes.
He's got the talent.
Yes.
He can play the proper shots.
Yes.
We've seen that in him, but somebody, or he's not listening to what the coaches are probably advising him. So if you're not listening to your coaches, you normally fall into the world of blame and excuses, and you become a Tuesday turkey flat. A beautiful rosé indeed. We'll be on. We've got plenty happening. We've got the owner of the 36ers coming in to just wind up the season. And they made finals for the first time since 2018, but they went out in very extraordinary circumstances on Sunday when they were 21 up and lost by 10. So we'll get a wrap of the season. Port Adelaide Hall of Fame. In 1977, as a premiership was put into the Hall of Fame, and one of their stars, superstars, Greg Phillips, who's coming on the show. Always a good chat with him. And Sam Thaiday, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. He won.
Did he?
So he's on tonight. He was a Brisbane Bronco legend.
Yes.
Played for, obviously, about 30 State of Origin games.
Big Sam.
Terrific bloke, good character, and a worthy winner.
Oh, good. And let's see if Flipper wears his T-shirt with his own face on it this time.
Oh, no. That's Wayne Phillips.
Oh, did you not say Wayne Phillips?
It's Greg Phillips.
Oh, sorry.
Greg is Aaron's dad.
Oh, I thought you said Wayne Phillips.
Yeah, no, that's all right, though.
Speaking of turkeys.
Time to call in.
Lucky it's 4 o'clock. Lucky there's the news to save me. Lucky I've got to get out of here. I thought he said Wayne Phillips. Oh, well. Anyway, I'll talk to you tomorrow at 1.
Gluttony returns to Rymel Park for Fringe 2025, bringing over 180 jaw-dropping shows and an unbeatable dining experience. Explore the FIVEAA food market, serving up cuisines from Greece, Japan, Vietnam, Italy, Turkey and more. There's something for everyone. Plus, experience the